with Jasmine. We talk like sisters. And I said, if you have secrets, tell me first, not your friends. I am your friend. I am the best friend that you could ever have.
Ooh, hey guys, welcome to Little Black But Another One. This is your favorite dating and relationship coach. Yes, we are talking to you guys about Love is Blind, episode 5 to 9. We're talking about Jasmine and Bobby. There is a big issue, major red flag flying in the sky right now, and it's to do with Jasmine's mum. And actually, we kind of saw a little bit of this behavior from Jasmine in episode 7 when she was talking about having almost retroactive jealousy when she was talking about him having, done a video with a young lady and he was dancing at the pool or whatever with a girl, right? And she was like, oh, he's always on his phone and da 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 da. But anyway, the mother here is the mother is doing way too much. And I was looking at it again. I said, I knew what's going on. And this is what we call enmeshment, right? Enmeshment. This is where the boundaries are blurred between the child and the parent. And essentially what it is, as quoted by Psychology Today, by a Very Well Mind Today, is in an enmeshed relationship, there is no emotional independence or separation between the parent and the child. This can lead to a child's inability to form individual thoughts, behaviors, and separate from the parent. In enmeshment relationships, parents rely on their children for emotional support. They also foster an environment where their children excessively depend on them. In doing so, they don't help their children develop independence. This enmeshment by the mother is way too much. She's way too involved in Jasmine's life. And the trouble with enmeshment is the fact that, as I said there, it doesn't allow for that child to develop an identity outside of the mother. And it means that they're consistently reliant upon the mother's emotional inputs. And what it does, it destroys your other relationships because her word can trump anybody else's. Her input can trump anybody else's. Her energy can begin to affect all your other relationships. And all that's happening is that the mother's basically just told them, I'm not going to leave your marriage alone. I'm going to be there every step of the way. Well, a marriage is not between you, your wife, and then the mother. Like the Bible says that, that you should cleave to your wife, right? Leave your mother and father's home. And the fact that two shall become one, not three become one, two shall become one. And so why is a mother so deeply invested? Well, we heard a little bit later on that the mother had been through two bad divorces with her husbands in the past, or two bad relationships, and it wasn't a very good environment for Jasmine to grow up in. And so unfortunately there's been this very dependent behavior by the mother on Jasmine to be her emotional support, and therefore has now coined it as a friend. And really and truly, this is a codependent enmeshment type of relationship, which is excessive and dangerous for Jasmine because she needs her space and time to develop her relationship with Bobby. So we're going to break it all the way down for you guys, take it clip by clip to be able to explain what actually happened in this episode, so you can put the language to words. If this is something that you're going through, I do want you guys to reach out to me. I am coaching people through a lot of these stuff, and right now I'm fully booked. I can't lie to you. We're booked up to November, but what you can do is you can join our emergency coaching. It's going to cost a little bit more, but listen, it's worth the coaching. I'm telling you, it's worth the finances. I believe we're worth our weight in gold, and we always bring gold to the table. So if you're invested in healing, transformation, and growth, then reach out to me with the link down below in the description box. Okay, let's play a little bit more of the clip and talk a little bit what's happening.
She never hides anything from me.
Right, let's pause it right there. She never hides anything from me. First and foremost, the reason why is because you've taught her not to hide anything from you, which, of course, in some respect is a positive thing. A child doesn't need to have secrets away from the mother. It's very good. Like, the child can be open when they want to. They can be open at the leisure of themselves. But when it comes to a relationship that they formulated outside of you, they should not have to think that they're going to have to share their secrets of their relationship with you. Because two shall become one. That is now their business. So why does she have to share her secrets with you? You are now forcing her to share her secrets with you. And that is what we mean by an enmeshed relationship, where now you start to realize the person can't be free. They're going to be guilt tripped into doing things, and they're going to be forced into engaging in certain activities that are for actual married couples, like sharing emotional intimacy and mental intimacy. That is not for you to do, madam. Let's play a little bit more, okay?
But I think going forward, though,
Yeah.
I don't want to be telling you, oh, Bobby and I had an argument because of the dishwasher.
No, but you have to tell me.
100%.
Now let's pause right there. Jasmine tried to reinstate herself and tried to let her know, hey, I got a boundary. I'm going to tell you from now on, we're not going to do that anymore. And look what the mother did immediately, right? Immediately let her know, no. You need to tell me, right? Now someone might say, oh, because the mother's so loving and caring. No, the mother is enmeshing her daughter. It's manipulative in some aspects, and it actually is concerning. It's toxic, right? Because you're not allowing your daughter to live a life that's free from you. She is not your extension. Okay, she's not an extension of your life. You have birthed her and you've created a whole nother human being who has their own jurisdiction and their own sovereignty, and they need to do so. So when she says things like, that she's very much involved, and that she talks to her daughter like a sister, and now she's telling us the secrets must be shared as well. Okay, all right, this is concerning behavior. Okay, now we're gonna pop it a little bit on there.
Not every single argument, because that's going to put you off of him. And he's going to be the father of, your future grandchildren. We can't be doing these.
The mother looks shook and scared that her daughter has finally found herself in a space where she wants to create distance. This is going to cause the parent to panic and go into turmoil because they've used their child as an emotional crutch in dealing with dealing with the failures of probably their last two marriages, right? They've overshared information probably about relationships and the marriage that the mother's been involved with, and Jasmine has become a confidant for her. The reality of the situation is you've parentified your child too, because you've shared things that emotionally that child is not ready for and should not know. We should not know our parents' marriages. Of course, we know the good stuff, we know the things that we can see, but we should not know the nitty-gritties, because that is between you and that person. That's for the adults. That is for the parents, not for Jasmine to know. The moment she knows too much, she feels like she's a part of this particular equation, but it's a fallacy, because you're not supposed to be. That's not where you're supposed to be placed. And now you're being made emotionally responsible for the feelings of the parent. That's what we mean by parentification. It's like you're now becoming responsible for how your mom feels, when her mom is responsible for her own feelings and should find somewhere to have a confidant. Okay? All right, she should find somewhere to have a confidant. Okay? All right, let's continue onwards.
These things where I'm telling you every single argument, because you'll bring it up again.
Seems so short to know a person and get married.
And so now the mom is obviously highly critical of him, and she'll call it a safety thing, right? She'll call it a safety thing that she's trying to protect her daughter, but in reality, all she's doing is providing this cocoon that no one else can get in. And actually, what she's doing is now becoming a mama bear who attacks anything that even gets close, even if it is your daughter's partner who actually is the one she wants to marry. Right now, the trouble is actually that energy and that behavior has actually permeated into Jasmine, because we saw how she did Bobby earlier on in episode 7, when she was talking about his phone and him being on his phone and how she felt about the rejection and abandonment. Because we didn't talk about the fact that when you are enmeshed, the fear is being abandoned, right? Because already the parent has made you feel like you can't leave that parent, so there's a fear of abandonment. Right? And then there's a fear of betrayal, because you don't want to betray your mother, and there's guilt and there is shame and there is anxiety, because now whenever you feel like you want to do your own thing, your mother makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. Yeah. So, it be that way. You know what I'm saying to you? It be that way. And so that's that it becomes problematic in that sense as well. And so what I would say in this instance is that Bobby has a very big job to do now, right? There's a big job on Bobby's hands. Here's the big job Bobby's got. He's got to let let me say this very clearly. I would not advise them to move forward. In my knowledge that I have of what we can see, I would not advise them to move forward. I would advise them to take 3 months at least to see where that mother ends up in 3 months. Because I can guarantee you that mother is going to get involved again, because Jasmine has not set upon her work and her transformation of creating great boundaries between herself and her mother. When you start creating the boundaries, you have to start disengaging the mother from having the weight and the hold on you in your own life, let alone your marriage. Now, Bobby can keep requesting, but if she keeps allowing her mother into a relationship, it's going to break a relationship down. There are many marriages that have suffered from a mother or father-in-law who is far too involved in their child's marriage and causes turmoil in that marriage. So what I would advise Bobby to do is first and foremost set Jasmine down. Say, hey, look, I really care about you. I love you, and I really want us to move forward. But what I'm seeing right now is of great concern because this will break any marriage when your mother is far too involved. Right now, Jasmine can make all the promises in the world. We haven't seen any behavior that actually speaks to a pattern of her mother being checked and put in place boundary wise. In fact, we are on a show right now on national television, and I'm sitting in front of you, and your mother's telling you she's not going to leave your relationship alone. So that tells me that you've not put the boundaries in place effectively. You just tried to fight, and she told you she's going to be in it. So for me, this tells me that we need to actually just take a bit of time, pause, and take maybe 3 months and just really start and just really date. And let's want to be able to see what's going on with the mother, because the mother can't guarantee that she's going to behave herself because she's never done this before. And the feelings of guilt by Jasmine and the anxiety she's going to feel may drive her back to her mother and being enmeshed with her mother again and sharing things she shouldn't share. The manipulation by the mother may begin again once more when she starts to feel lonely or isolated, and she's like saying things like, I just wish I had my daughter back, or I wish I was seeing you more. Like, and before you know it, you're enmeshed in a situation. Right? So Bobby has to let her lead the relationship right now and let her know, look, before we go and get married, let's lay some ground rules down. Okay? Let's deal with what we're dealing with right now so we can laugh later. Let's lay the foundation clearly. Okay? Because if we don't, this could end up really, really bad. Okay? All right. The lack of boundaries here, the fact that you can't think for yourself, the responsibility of caring about your parents' well-being, the fact that the mum is trying to hold her back almost, right? And in reality, what needs to happen is what we call a purging. We need a purging. We need to let out real understanding of what we feel. But I think one of the key things here is beginning disengagement, beginning to put boundaries in place where we say, listen, you know what I can do, mom? I can call you once a week, 30 minutes, an hour, and I will do that for a week, every week, as much as I can do right now, right? Because now Jasmine's got to get ready because you've always done this. You've got to get ready for the anxiety separation, man. That's why I would say that Bobby needs to let her know it's going to take some time. Now, of course, you don't know this if you don't have information. I hope he's researching because it's going to come back on him. And that retroactive jealousy that she had about you doing a music video, it's going to be more. So we need to really be knowing that she's actually working on these things, Jasmine, because she literally said that, if he does anything, he'll see the real her. And I don't disbelieve her. She's got a real her. You ain't seen the real side of her yet if she gets angry. And that tells me that if Bobby doesn't set good boundaries now and let her know that ain't running with me, this is going to be a very messy situation a couple of years if she doesn't grow. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope guys have explained some things. Again, once more, if you believe you've gone through this or you're going through this with a parent right now, reach out to me. Again, my diary is full to November and going on to December. But what I would say is that I do have an emergency coaching section. It does cost you more, but it's worth, honestly, the jump of the queue. Get in there, sign up, and let's get you working. All right. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded.